Osama is here, and today I will talk about data analytics and project control. If you are joining me for the first time, my name is Osama, and I am a project control consultant and a trainer. I create content about on how to succeed in planning and most importantly, what success looks like. If you are joining me right now, first of all, introduce yourself in the comments section. Tell us what you do and where you are from so everyone else can know about you as well. Feel free to write any questions. And at the end of the live stream, I'm gonna go over all questions and answer them one by one. I'm gonna start with a little bit of background in construction, right? We have seen it in the past. The Egyptians built pyramids and they did not use Primavera or Power BI or any software. So if they have done it, we can do it without any software at all. But we have to look at a little bit of history so it will make all sense for you. Okay, so I can see everyone is joining me right now. And if you have just joined me, introduce yourself in the comments section. Tell us what you do and where you are from so everyone else can know about you as well. And today we will talk about data analytics. We are just starting out, and I'm going to give a little bit of history about data analytics before we move on. Right? So we did not feel the urge to use any software or data analytics. And after World War II, during the industrialization era, we have seen economic booming, right? So everyone was pressured to innovate new solutions and software tools. The CPM was invented in 1950s around that time because we have seen more offices, more businesses. So the rent went up. So many people wanted to maybe live in suburbs and somewhere around the city. So the governments had the urge or the need to build like more residential buildings and even whole cities. Like fast forward in 2024, the population is growing. We even need more like whole cities to support urbanization. So that's the a little bit of history. And right, so to sum up, we have more and more complex projects than ever before. We are not dealing with one building anymore. We are talking about whole cities. And because we have more means and the technology, nowadays, countries find it easier to build iconic towers and to attract investors and immigrants, and they want to build entertainment facilities and parks. So construction is everywhere. It has become more complex, and all businesses, companies, and individuals were pressured to like to to fulfill these needs. And we have seen pre-cost, modular systems, innovations in safety and quality to catch up with the demands. Project control has to upgrade as well, right? But we are not doing very well in that area. So we don't have one building like in the past. We don't have skyscrapers, right? We only had like one building, two-story or something like that. But right now we have a schedule that will consist of thousands of activities. Each activity has multiple attributes like the baseline start, the baseline finish, forecasted start, forecasted finish, earned value, percentage complete, budget total cost, budget labor units, all of these attributes. Some of the attributes change every week, like percentage complete and earned value cost. So it has become chaotic. That's what I'm saying. And some people still believe that Primavera and Excel are the solution, which is not anymore. I mean, like, I'm not saying we are not doing bad in that area, but we are not doing it enough. And we are conditioned from day one to focus on the reporting part. Like if you master reporting, you will do well in your planning career, and you're gonna serve the growing market, which is not true. And we all know that, by the way. I mean, I want to look at the results. More projects are getting delayed and they are completed over budget, right? We struggle with the tools. We work very hard, we stay late at night, we communicate with everyone, but we know that it is not enough. The thing is, we want to find a way to facilitate the data management, analysis, and decision making. Hence, we need data analytics now more than ever before. There are many ways to apply data analytics in any industry. I'm not talking about construction in particular, but one of the tools, for example, is Power BI, and it's a data analytics processor. It should not be used as an alternative to Primavera because Primavera is a scheduling tool. We need that to calculate and process the CPM network, gain insights about critical path and histograms and anything of that nature. Power BI comes into play after the schedule is completed inside the scheduling software, and we can apply the data analytics to gain insights, to have deeper analysis, because Primavera is really limited in that area. All right, let me look at the comments. Okay. Okay, if you have any questions, you can write them in the comments section, and I'm gonna go over all questions and answer them one by one at the end of the live stream. And if you have just joined me, you can always watch the recording after the live stream. It will be there. You can go to my profile and see the recording. All right, so we know the value of data analytics right now. Assume that you learn data analytics and Power BI. It is not everything, right? You will still have limitations. And I'm going to talk about the conditioning that we have in our education system, in schools and universities. You were conditioned, like everything was that you have to pass or fail the exam. There is right and wrong. There is black and white. There is one good planning system and a bad system. There is a good planning engineer and someone who is not competent. But I have a concern about that. It should not be the case. The problem is people are different because like if I'm into the project control career, some people will identify themselves as proficient delay analyst, someone who is good in a schedule update, someone who is good in automation. So we limit ourselves, right? Because if I love automation, maybe your strength in the narrative report or delay analysis. You have to fulfill all your duties. But what I'm saying is, if I give you my system, for example, you want to look at the bigger picture. Maybe you have some artistic traits, for example. You are really good at designing eye-catching dashboards and simplify it in a good way to support the decision making. Someone who is good at writing, so he can write a powerful narrative that explains everything. Someone who is a critical thinker and an analytical person. Someone who finds more passion into dispute resolution or damage analysis. Someone like me who loves automation, right? Creating systems and automation. But what I'm saying is we should not look at project control as different islands. You have to create your own island. And this will support the growth and evolution of project control. Because if there is one good universal system in planning, everyone will be using it and we will not be moving ahead, right? Evolution comes from inspiration and innovation. So if I get the system, like if I have the system, like, or maybe it happens to you personally, like you are using a system but you feel like there is a friction, there is something that needs to be, done. So that's a good place to start. You want to look at your strength, what you can add, like create your own island in project control. Maybe you want to automate, so you come across Python as an automation tool. Take a course in Python. You have to challenge the status quo so we can grow, right? So learn. I know like some people have, like use Python in project control is not so popular, but I'm like just on that's only an example. So learn the Python. So learn the Python and apply it in project control, or maybe you don't want to write much in narrative, but you can support your analysis with more charts and graphs. Um, okay, so that's how we grow in project control, and that's why we need data analytics. And I wanna like know your thoughts. If you're joining me right now and you have some thoughts about data analytics, I would love to hear them so we can discuss them as well. All right. So yeah, then in summary, we need to do more in project control, and it only happens when we stop limiting ourselves, as if that's the only ultimate project control system that we need to focus on. If you think about it, CPM, like there is no right or wrong in like CPM is not right or wrong. It's just a theory. If earned value is like it's not right or wrong. It's only a theory. But we have to learn them to use a common language because construction is global. We have different projects, different economies, backgrounds, cultures, different project sizes, different languages. So we want to have a common language among all of us. And when I have a concern regarding the project, so I can report to you that SPI is zero point 0.8. So I'm gonna communicate what I need to say without me having to explain everything, if this makes sense. So that's the whole purpose, but there is no right or wrong. If CPM is right, so why do we need critical chain method, CCM, in some cases? Uh, okay, so yeah, before I forget, I like maybe some of you are new to data analytics and the value we can get from data analytics. So what I did is you can go to that link, smartpmtraining.com/power, and I'm sharing the interactive Power BI report. You will be able to see the best practices of Power BI report. Like you will see everything, the whole report. You will know what you need to include. Even if you are not a Power BI user, you can like apply the same content inside Excel, but you will know the best practices. You know about progress metrics. You will know about the variance analysis, breakdown analysis, right? All of that. So that's the first benefit. The second benefit is you will be able to perform an interactive analysis inside that dashboard. You will be able to select filters. You will be able to select or click buttons, navigate among the different sections of the report. You will be able to use a control panel so you can analyze any area with one click, and that's how we can gain insights and support the decision making, right? It's gonna save you a lot of time because nobody has enough time in a day to manage a complex construction project, right? It's very, very hard and challenging. We need to leverage technology, and I like the human brain helped us achieve a lot of great things. But the best way to use the human brain is to build machines, like build a machine in a factory or build a project control machine, because the human brain has limited processing speed. If you want to analyze the concrete performance over 3 month period, you have to filter the concrete activity inside Primavera, extract the corresponding information, go to the schedule updates over the past 3 months, get the corresponding information, create a chart. So that's really limited, that's limiting like processing speed. But if you use leverage to code the process or find a way to streamline the process, we can save a lot of time and effort, if that makes sense. Okay, let me go over some of like the questions from Abdul Qadir. Can you show the data model of your report created inside Power BI? So as I mentioned, you can go to that link. I'm gonna populate it once again. smartpmtraining.com/power, and you will be able to access the Power BI dashboard. From Sayed, anybody who wants to change their field, uh, which course they should start? I will advise about project control because that's my specialty area, and you will need to use Primavera, for example, and Power BI, Advanced Excel, anything that will help you manage huge sets of data. Primavera also will help you manage huge sets of data, but in a different way, like in the scheduling aspect. Okay, I'm gonna wait for 1 more minute in case someone is writing a question right now as we speak. Then if we don't have any questions, we're gonna end the live stream. And maybe, right, if you are watching the replay, you can tell me which area you would like me to talk about in the future. From Shujat, difference between project control and the cost control. All right, I know there are some definitions in the market. It depends on the country. In my opinion, we should not really care much about what your title are, but what you do. We care about what you do more. Some people, like, there is maybe a belief that planning is one area, cost control is one area, project control is both. I personally disagree with that. It's a popular belief, but I disagree with that. Project control is about controlling the project. You can control the project time wise, cost wise, quality wise. If you prepare a safety analysis report, that's a project control, in my opinion. You are controlling the project, controlling the manpower, controlling, you know, QC or whatever it might be. So I would not really pay a lot of attention to that area. I'm gonna focus on what I need. Like when I search for jobs, for example, I would search for keywords because you have planning engineer, you have planner, you have project controller, you have a scheduler, you have a planner, you have a cost controller. So maybe search with a keyword like Primavera. Maybe that's one common keyword. As from Said, what tools or course of practice you suggest for new project manager? In my opinion, project managers should have a good planning knowledge. It will help the project. It will help them. It will help the planning engineers. If they understand what a planning engineer is doing, they will support them. The problem with planning in nowadays is like One problem is related to the planning engineers themselves. They lack the knowledge, tools, and resources. But another knowledge, like I personally experienced that. Like even if the planning engineer is knowledgeable and he has the tools and everything of that nature, the project manager is conditioned maybe because of past experiences that the planning engineer has no value to offer. It's a programming. So whatever a planner is doing, it's a piece of work that has to be submitted. It can be the case sometimes, but it is not often the case. Like sometimes, if the planning engineer is equipped with the right tools and resources, they can really offer a lot of value. Without a planning engineer, the whole team will wake up in the morning, go to work, and hope that they are on the right track. They are hoping, like they are doing their best, but is it enough? Is it what they expect? We need to ensure that the project can be completed on schedule, on time, and within budget. And we need to have like some sort of control. Everyone contributes to the project success. Okay, a project manager can be a good asset. The quality department is valuable, but the project control department is the core of everything, right? It tells everyone if they are on the right track or not and what needs to be changed. So without that, we really we face a lot of problems, right? Because the projects are getting delayed, and we have lost of investment opportunities. It will slow down the economy, as I mentioned. From Abdul Qadir, what else in Excel? What else in Excel the planning engineer should learn beside conditional formatting, pivot tables, Power Query, Power Pivot, DAX, and interactive dashboard? In Excel, um, of course, there are many features, right, in Excel, but for the core ones, like you covered everything in Excel. And that's actually a good point because some people, say that if I know all of what you mentioned, then that's more than enough. I think it was the case maybe 15 years ago because we witnessed a lot of growth in the past decade only. So Excel has serious limitations in data analytics. If you don't believe me, both Excel and Power BI are Microsoft products. So if Excel is enough, why would Microsoft create or develop the Power BI, if that makes sense? Power BI is user friendly. It's designed for data analytics only. In Excel, you're gonna face a lot of problems. You will not have the same design capabilities, analysis features. In Power BI, you can create pivot tables without knowing how to create pivot table. It's by default. It's the queries. In Excel, you have to learn how to do that. In Power BI, you can apply macros without knowing how to create macros. It's AKA apply the steps in Power BI. In Excel, you have to learn how to apply macros and maintain it over time. So in Excel, yeah, that's more than enough what you mentioned, but I believe that we need more than that, like Power BI, for example, or any data analytics processor. From Joshat, do you have project control course on Udemy? Unfortunately not. I have my courses right now are available at smartpmtraining.com. From Okoli, Primavera with United experience, I don't know. Hi, Ahmed. How to get started in the analysis for a fresher? Any recommended courses? Um, if you want a comprehensive course, you can check out our course at Smart PM Training. It covers forensic, like retrospective and prospective delay analysis methods. It covers all MIPs. It explains the claims as well. So it's really a huge program. You can check it at smartpmtraining.com. And if you are not interested in the course, I would start with reading books to understand what's going on. I recommend delay analysis in construction projects or contracts. I don't remember, but the author, there are two authors, and by one of them is called John Kalitka. The cover page has like reddish and black colors. It's really good book, and you can also check the construction claims um, and responses by Andy Hewitt. It's a good book. Maybe that's good books to start with. You can also search maybe, but that's like I'm talking about the books I read. I know there are other books as well, maybe with better reviews on Amazon. I did not personally read them, so I'm not gonna recommend. That's on top of my head right now. But if I remember something else, I'm gonna write it in the comments section. And you can check the 29R dash 03. It's a recommended practice by the ASAI. It's a forensic schedule analysis guide. Um, and also the delay and disruption protocol, second edition, which was released in February 2017. It's published by Society of Construction Law. But make sure it's in the second edition because they added more delay analysis methods compared to the first edition. The problem is with these guides that it's available for free, but not for free. For the SCL, it's available for free. For the ASEI, I think you have to be a member to download it. But some people, especially beginners, find it difficulty in understanding and applying the content on their own. So maybe it's better to see someone or find someone who can like maybe guide you a little bit. Maybe also we can do a workshops. Yes, that's actually a good point. You can check my YouTube channel. You can search my name, Osama Saad, and I have detailed tutorials about different MIPs, different delay analysis methods. I explain how you can use them, what like the advantages, disadvantages, uses and the limitations, strengths and weaknesses of every method. So you've got it right now. Like that's a good starting point. Yeah. From Shujat, can you suggest best book on project control? In my experience, uh, I find really good books related to the analysis, claims, and contracts because they are written by experienced practitioners and you can find a lot of value. That's my personal experience. When I look at other areas in project control, I did not find any good books. You can find a book that will explain CPM, for example, but you can watch a YouTube video to understand the concept of CPM. But to apply the CPM in a practical context that resonates with day-to-day life, that's a challenge, and that's what we need, right? So how to use CPM, update the schedule and update the report, how to apply data analytics, how to automate, because that's what we need, right? In other areas, I did not find the good books personally. If someone is watching me right now and they find a good book, feel free to, write it in the comments section. Okay, so no more questions. That's it for today. And if you are watching me right now, and if you are watching the replay, You can introduce yourself in the comments section, tell us what you do and where you are from, and maybe write your feedback. What do you think of that workshop? Maybe let me know your thoughts, and let me know if there is any specific topic that you want me to cover in the future. Thank you all for coming and watching.